everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you the pictures that I've colored in last month, because tomorrow it's the 1st of March. So I'll dive straight in because I have quite a bit to show. The past month has been a good coloring month, I must say. Although I was at work all the time, I managed to accomplish quite a few pictures. Did a lot of coloring in the evening, and yeah, I was really on a good vibe, so that's always positive to get a large number of pictures done. Not that I set myself some pictures to do each month, but if you can show quite a few, it's always nice, of course. So first off, I'm going to dive into The Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson. In January it was a work in progress, and now it's finished. I've showed it in the January video. It's this picture. I hope it's quite bright at the moment, so I hope it's a bit visible. It's not super dark, but I wanted to try and give all the figures that are subject in this picture a glow of the wood, of the fire, excuse me. And I hope I have succeeded. In real life it's more yellow on their face, but on camera it's a bit less. So I'm very happy with how it turned out, especially with all the fur that I did, although it wasn't easy on some of the animals. I'm really proud of the wolf, how he turned out. So yes, this was the first one that I finished, and now I have a double spread, although the colors are different, but it's always nice to have neighbor pages that are both colored in. And then I jumped over to The Twilight Garden by Maria Troll. I really was into Maria enormously this month, and I'm going to take a look at the front. No, it was in another book. The first picture that I did was this one, and you all know I'm not a flower colorist. I almost don't, in every occasion I can't possibly know how to color in flowers, but yeah, I really wanted to do this one. I don't know why, but it called out to me. The green leaves are done with paint, and then the flowers is pencil work, and the cage is gold ink by Winsor & Newton, and as you can see I have some stains. It hasn't covered everything, but that wasn't a problem because it looked more vintage that way, and I really liked that effect, I must say. And so from more up close, it's quite vivid and bright because of the white signo that I've used. And of course there are some stickles here and there, and the background is done with Distress Oxide ink and splatters of water. And I really think it looks a bit vintage because of that background and because of that cage. It's quite a muted color palette, although it's a bit bright because of the white surrounding that I did. It's a classical composition in color for my feeling, so I really like how it turned out. And then I was completely obsessed with Maria's pictures, I must say, the past month. I started this one and finished it, of course. It took quite a while, I must say. Especially, again, flowers, fur. I'm defeating my fear of coloring fur. So every time I see a nice picture with an animal, I really try to do my best and give them real fur, except for more smaller animals. Although I did it in the Hannah Carlson picture, but here I thought it would be too busy looking, since the mom has her fur. All the 3 babies here and the 4th one up here, it would have been too much fur, I think. So, and I've outlined the mom's body and head with the Artist Row acrylic paint pens. These are comparable to Posca pens, so you can of course use those too. And did a lot of outlining on the leaves, the flowers, the berries, everything. And I'm really happy with how this one turned out. And I've used some stickles here as well, but more in a dreamy way, as you can see on these parts. And what I did for that look was just putting down some stickles where I wanted them to go and to shine, and just dab them with my finger, and that spreads the glitter around, and it gives it more of a dreamy and fairy tale-like look. So I'm very happy how that turned out. And I did it on the bottom, I did it everywhere where I thought it would look nice. So that was a very lovely picture to do, but a lot of work. But I've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And that was it for this book. Yes. And then we are going to another Maria Troll, the Fauna and Flora book. I did the small critter here, and I've messed up my paper. I can't remember what I did exactly to cause this, but I'm not losing any sleep for it. I continued working on my dragonfly. I hope it's visible that I've used some stickles and shimmery gel pen. It's a bit difficult to catch, but it's very, very simple. The background are gelatos, and it's really quite simple, but it was a little mini project and it was nice to do. So that was the first thing to show. And then I did this one, and again the bunny has some fur, although it is a very light one, but I did what I wanted with it, or with him or her. I think it's a he, I don't know why, but and here on this picture I did the same with the stickles to give it a dreamy atmosphere. So here and there it's a dreamy scene. And I'm very happy with how this one turned out as well. The only thing that I would have done different now is the color of her dress. I'm not super liking it, but I thought, because I used purplish colors, that orange would fit quite well. But if I could do her again, I think I would go for a vivid pink color. But yeah, it is what it is. And I'm still very happy with how it turned out. And then the next one is a work in progress that I have to show. So nothing extra finished here, but it's taking quite some time as well. And that's the reason, because flowers, flowers, flowers everywhere. But I really wanted to do this picture. Having quite some fun with it, I must say. I'm very happy with how she's turning out. I have to do her hair and the rooster here on top, and of course her basket. And yeah, still quite some work on the yellow flowers and on the leaves here. I must do or decide on a background color if I will do one. I wasn't sure if I wanted one in this picture, but yeah, it's turning out like I want it to be, and you can see that I've used some stickles already in the flowers themselves, and I'm outlining. I have outlined all the orange flowers, but I must do the same with the yellow ones, and yeah, it's taking quite some time, but it's a nice picture to work on as a project, so it will be finished maybe in March, maybe later. It will depend on how strong my feeling for continuing this one is, but for now it's okay. So that was Fauna and Flora. And then I had to take a break from Maria's pictures, and I decided to do one in the Pinocchio book. I had this one for quite some time, haven't touched it since I got it, and now it had to be done. So I've chosen a picture of Geppetto, and it's this one. And for the background I've used my fake gelatos with some real gelatos on top. I've used my fairy tale like stickle method as well on this one. I've used some gouache, because the thing that turned me off in these books are some of the patterns, as you can see here, and he had some of them on his shirt, and I just can't color those. It's too busy, and on one day I thought, oh, I have gouache and that covers everything, so I went for gouache on his sleeve and on his shirt here, and I really like the colors that he has on him. I'm happy with my woodwork. I'm happy with everything, I must say. It's really nice to work on him. He has some details on his glasses, and here is some glossy accents. And yeah, I did some glitter gel pen here as well, and yeah, you know me, glitter and shimmer and glossy. Yeah, it's always here. And then of course a lot of golden glitter here on the candle holder and on the flames. So yes, really like this one. I really like the softness of his skin. So yeah, nice picture. Loved doing this one. Then I went on with Fabiana's artwork, and I decided to do Cinderella and the Prince. And I have some bleed through, but here you can see it. It's quite a bit of bleed through, but it's a special picture here, so I don't know if I will be coloring it. And I've done these two. I did paint it in black acrylic paint because there was a border that I didn't like, and so I've painted them black for both of them, and I've used some pinkish glitter glue. It's really gluey. It sticks a bit. Stickles don't stick, but this glue does. And it's because it's this cheap one that stinks a lot, but the effect is nice. So I continue to use them. And can you imagine offering all your stickles for just one border? I don't think so. They're too expensive, and the bottle's too small, so I really try to use cheaper and bigger bottles for such effect. And he has some turquoisey stickles. It's less well visible, but it's now it's a bit better to see. For both, the backgrounds are done with the Distress Oxide inks, and on top I did a bit of gelato. Of course, the shoe, stickles, and on his shoe as well. He has also some metallic paints for his armor, some gouache on his cape. I really like how they both turned out. Had a lot of fun working on them. I love that the neighbor pages are done. I don't mind that this is white because it's a sign of my own work, that I painted it myself and that it's not perfect, and I like such things. It's a bit silly to say it like that, but it is true. It was a white paper once, and because of this you can see that I did it myself, and of course because of the glitter as well, but you know what I mean. So I've really enjoyed working on both of them. I had a bit of trouble deciding on his colors, but I think it worked nice. At first I had done another background for him, but it wasn't what I wanted, and that's why I decided to do a grayish greenish background with some purple spots, just like in her picture. And yeah, I'm really happy with the result. So that was this one. And then I decided to color in a Jasmine Beckett Griffith one, because my good friend Frances was coloring in a book by Jasmine, and it had been ages since I touched one of Jasmine's books, especially the Alice one, and so I dived into it and searched for a picture, and I found one, and it's almost at the back, and it's this one. And as you can see, this is quite special, and that's just because I painted the surrounding area here with gouache, and it looked okay, but I wanted something shimmery on top, and so I decided to work with metallic purple paint on top of it, and it was streaky as it wasn't, it was ugly, it was, well. And then I thought I must do something, and I stumbled upon these little pots that I still had. They are quite old already now. They are not as applicable anymore as in the beginning. It's a kind of hair gel with shimmer for, yeah, when you go and dress yourself up for a Halloween night or whatever, or carnival. You can put it on, but I've always used it in my coloring books, and I decided to put quite a lot on this side of the picture and subtle lot on this side. And if you move around with the page, it has a really nice shimmer, and it distracts from the streakiness that I have with the other paints. And the color of the shimmer made me decide to give the crown a greenish tone, and so yeah, that's how it got its look. Really happy with how her skin turned out. Super proud of it. Very fond of my little frogman. I love his hair. Yeah, I love the shimmery details on his clothing as well. He's looking so cute. And yeah, I really had a lot of fun. I'm glad that I worked on this picture. I'm glad that I could save this side. I've painted the top of it black, and it's messy as you can see, but yeah, that's me. But I'm very happy with this picture. Yeah, I like everything about it. So don't panic if you mess up a background. There's always glitter to help you recover it. Then I did my last page, and that's in A Million Slots by Lulu Mayo. Didn't touch it since I bought it, so it was about time. And I've chosen a really simple one, and it's this one. The background was super ugly with different kinds of gelato, and so I went on top with my natural sponge, or nature sponge, how do you call it? It looks like this. You can still see my inks. And so I've dabbled around with the gold ink. I gave some white acrylic paint, some drops here and there to make it a bit playful. And I really like how it turned out in the end. So another background that was meh, but it's playful now as it is, and I had a lot of fun working on it. I really like the highlights on my leaves. The white Signo pen is so fantastic for popping everything, and I like how the slots turned out as well. So it was a fun little project, and I'm very happy with the result in the end, although it started out not as good. And then the last picture that I'm going to show is in the Cute Witches coloring book by Jade Summer, and it's a whip, so not a finished one, but I will be finishing it hopefully in March. And it's this lady. I was going to do her in pink, and look what I did. I started doing the flowers in Kuretake metallic paint, and since they are reddish, I thought, oh well, I will continue to use red accents, and so that's what happened. And I'm super fond of her hair. I really like how that turned out, but I think it will be pop extra if I'm going to start shading in the alcohol marker. I think I will add some mulberry or something as an accent to make it darker. But yeah, I'm very happy with how it's turning out so far, but quite some work left. But I hope I can show you the final result in March. I will do my best. That's the least I can say and try. So, and that concludes my video for today. I really hope that you enjoyed watching my work from February. I always have issues saying it in English, so that's why I was always talking about the previous month to March. So yeah, I really enjoyed working on all of these pages, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it and looking back to my pictures from the past month. I wish you all a very nice day. Keep on coloring. Stay safe, stay healthy. It's a crazy world again today, so try to be positive. It's not always easy, I can tell, but yeah, we must do our best. There's nothing else we can do, and to hope and pray that everyone will be safe as soon as possible. So okay, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.